How often have you been in a situation at work when you're trying to get a project done or you're trying to do something but you don't have the skills, but the skills that you need is being held by somebody who is not available, so you end up pausing what you need to do and you wait for that person to finish whatever they're doing, or you follow up with them and say, hey, I don't have XYZ skill and I need your help on this, so I'm going to sit here on standby waiting, not doing anything, waiting for you to be ready so that I can do whatever project that I need to do. What's up everybody, my name is Karthik and I'm the Chief Operations Officer for UZ Marketing, and I created this YouTube channel and these videos specifically to share how I grew from front desk reception position to Chief Operations Officer within just a few short years. And my goal is to share this information with you so that you can help yourself in your life and grow through the ranks and achieve what you want to achieve through your drive and ambition. So with all that out of the way, take a less than a millisecond of your time to leave a like if you enjoy this video. If you don't, leave your feedback on how we can improve in the comment section down below, so let's talk about it. I can't begin to tell you how many times that I've seen in this business itself that there are employees who say that they are waiting on somebody else to do something before they're able to complete the project that is assigned to them. Now, I understand this situation. It's a very logical situation because at face value, when you look at it, you think, okay, this person doesn't have the skill, so they're waiting on the person with the skill to help them, but it's actually not the most appropriate way to approach a situation. So what I have noticed, and this is what worked for me, is to take so much initiative that I don't ever have to wait on somebody who has a skill that I don't have, because I'm going to learn that skill to the point where I will be able to make decisions without the person that has the skill. What it boils down to is initiative. It's essentially something that is so fundamental, having initiative to be able to do something, because if you're ever at a situation where you are waiting on somebody else, you are generating waste because the project that is supposed to be done to produce value is not getting done. Every second that goes by is more and more and more waste. It just starts accumulating on itself because the time that you're supposed to be using for accomplishing something and generating value is being utilized on waiting. And waiting is one of the worst things that you can possibly do in business because there's absolutely no value that's being generated. It's expending every single one of the resources, which is time, energy, and money. And essentially what happens in those scenarios is everybody loses. Even though in the mind of the person who is waiting, they have this interpretation that they are waiting because they don't have what they need to accomplish a project. So my challenge to share with you guys is finding a way to have so much initiative that you're never in that circumstance in the future. What I did was I knew that the limitations I had as an employee back in 2017 was that I didn't know a thing about screen printing. So when a customer would call and ask me, hey, where's my order? My answer was a very insufficient answer, and I felt so bad because I wasn't able to give the customer the answer that they needed and that they were asking for. So what I did in that circumstance is every day, 5 o'clock came around, I clocked out and I went to the production facility and I just stood and watched and observed, and I asked the person working to show me and teach me and guide me on what they were doing. What I was doing in that moment was soak up all this information as a sponge so that I can be better equipped to answer questions to customers when they call. So when a customer called me the next day and said, hey, I see that my order is in the printing status, what does that mean? When am I going to get my order? Well, I remember from the day before that I was working in the printing department and I saw that it was taking the printer about an hour to produce the sign, and then I saw that there's 30 orders, so that means it's a 30-hour cycle between when the order enters printing and when it gets shipped out. So I can reasonably tell the customer that, oh, okay, so there's about 30 orders in front of you, so it's going to be shipped out in about 3 days. So I did that not just for that printing department, but for every single other department as well. I put myself in these circumstances where I just soaked up all the information that I could so that I could be better equipped to tell the customers this information. The reason I did it off the clock is because I wasn't looking for the payment right then and there, and my mindset was not on, and it still to this day is not on, the money that I'm making right now. It's about the money that I'm going to make, and it's not even just about the money, it's about what value I can generate to society in a way that leaves behind something so awesome that when my name gets spoken about in 10, 15, 20 years, it's immediately attributed to what I've accomplished in my life. So with that being the case, that's what I believe to be one of the biggest solutions that you can possibly implement in your life, is to really take initiative, so much initiative that you're never standing around. If you ever find yourself standing around, ask yourself, how can I never encounter this in the future? So essentially, it's not about having time on your hands so you go and do something laterally in that you can also do to occupy your time, because that, yes, it's good, it's amazing that you're not sitting there twiddling your thumb, you're finding something to do. But the best thing in the future is to find what caused you to be in that situation in the first place and permanently solve it. And essentially what that is developing a system to overcome the challenge that you're experiencing in the moment. So with all that out of the way, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me how I can improve on these videos. I would love to hear your feedback. Or if you have any ideas for future videos on anything that you want to learn about growing and about getting promotions, raises, all that stuff, leave it in the comment section down below. And with all that out of the way, take care. See you on the next one.